The Three Tails a Mermaid Adventure is one of the most bizarre and irritating things I've ever watched, and I only got to hear about it after this thing got recommended while I started watching H2O Just Add Water on YouTube. For anyone who saw and still watches that show today, you may or may not be surprised that even a great property like that can have a cheap copy, which is what I think this son of a bitch is. I didn't really bother watching this movie, not even on YouTube, and when I saw a DVD of it in the store, I said to myself, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it and do what I do best with bad movies, destroying them in a review. What I didn't know at the time was just how much I would eventually want to say about it. Boy, was I ever naive. Let me start off by saying this sort of feels like a YouTuber movie. Believe it or not, there is a YouTube channel called The Three Tails, which was created all the way back in June 2010. It's just a typical homemade fantasy series or something, which is about three girls who become mermaids and it's their one big secret. How simple is that? By the way, I'm not gonna bother watching the entire series, that would just take way too fucking long. Despite how much attention they got in the end from followers on YouTube, the people behind this channel decided to make a 1 hour length feature film released on the big screen. Wait, what? And even after the movie didn't really do very well, they went on making that fucking series at home, and what happened in the end is that they finished the series, which ended in 2018. That's right, you didn't hear me say fucktard, you didn't hear me say Hakuna Matata, the series is over. Meaning that we have heard nothing from these people ever since 2018. Or at the latest, August 2019. But back onto the movie. I think it'd be a good idea if the movie starts off giving us an origin story and telling us how these three girls got their power. I mean, not everyone is gonna know they started just like Smosh or Fred. Instead, we got a typical opening credits montage under the ocean with our main girls. So after the opening credits, we see our main stars Emily, Selena and Jackie, as well as a little girl they have to babysit. See, this is why it even feels like I'm watching some YouTube video. First you have this swoosh effect while a person is running, and then the shot after that is so smooth, there's no swoosh effect or anything. So because that little girl is bored, they all decide to go into the park. While they are out, some guy just breaks into their house and leaves some letter behind. Once they get home, they find this letter which has literally just pieces of paper in it. Then they get flowers with a note that says,
I know who you are.
Who the fuck wrote this? One person, and yet nobody cares because these people are just behind a homemade web series version of H2O Just Add Water, and now they're making a movie working with people who have just as little movie experience as they do, which is no experience. The next day they are in school discussing this movie's message, which is an environmental message. A tedious environmental message. Any ideas? Not throwing plastic trash into the ocean.
Okay.
Hey, wait a minute, what just happened? Where did that girl come from? And why was there even an edit there? She can literally just stand there and hide behind them. You don't even have to dissolve to the exact same scene. So the next day they are with their class at an aquarium, where one of the girls for some stupid reason talks to the fish. Then we see this guy spying on her through a Mac.
I think the show has only just begun.
I think you mean the show of cheap ass bullshit which already started 17 minutes ago. So now that security guard gives the information to that wealthy man. No, literally, I don't know what else to call him, and there's no other information I got from IMDb. That's what they literally call him. The following day, all three girls decided to stay at one of their girls' homes because of all the drama that is going on. And I am still waiting for that plastic thing to show up. If this movie wants to give us that environmental message, then do it for fucking fuck's sake!
I don't know why we were chosen, but we were.
You want to know why you were chosen? Well, I wish I could fucking tell you that if there was a motherfucking origin story that they didn't bother to add in!
Why don't we cheer up and do what fish do best?
Swim.
They're going to swim now. Oh, that's nice. Now we can get to see all that plastic trash in the ocean too. But where is it? It's not there? Not even after they got out? Ah! That scene drug on for like 4 fucking minutes and we don't get to see any plastic yet? Why? What is up with that?
What's up with that? What's up with that?
Huh, very funny. Beyond that, I need to mention 2 other things. First, at the beginning of that scene, you can clearly see the cameraman for just a split second. And second, no mermaid would have a bra that looks like that around her boobs. It looks cheap as fuck. It's nighttime, and just as the girls want to go to sleep, these guys break in and kidnap them. Finally, the movie decides to do something interesting. This took like what? 30 minutes? This movie is only an hour long and it spends its first half with just random bullshit that nobody cares about. The girls now wake up finding themselves on a boat where some random bad people want to take a sample of them. And in order to do that, they take Emily and cover her legs with seawater. What else do we get? A cheap ass transition instead of actual special effects that we've seen done better. So now one of the girls secretly jumps off the boat, which all three of them could have done, and swims off to get help. On the way, she finds... There we go! Why do we have to wait 38 fucking minutes for that shit to finally show up? Back in his lab, the wealthy man got the sample and uses it to, turn his daughter into a mermaid? Are these people even more stupid than stupid ass shit? You know what? Fuck the final act. None of you aren't even going to care about how the movie ends. It's just bland, dull, and generic as fuck. This movie is 60 minutes of nothing. It is 60 minutes of absolutely fucking nothing. You got cheap ass mermaid costumes, simple edits to result as special effects, a cheesy sound mix and video quality, which both makes this movie look like a YouTube video, horrendous acting, all surrounded with a story that not only lacks in logic but doesn't even go anywhere. And lastly, we're greeted to a 1.5 minute text montage at the very end, telling us this stupid, pathetic, dumbass environmental message of not throwing plastic trash into the ocean. I cannot recommend this hunk of shit whatsoever. I have had it. Instead, I would rather recommend something like An American Tail. That is a good family film, and I even did a review on that. Okay, that's enough for today. Bye. I have had it, really.